Welcome to my channel. So here is the yard. And a trampoline. And some kayaks over yonder. But mainly this is the yard. So we'll start with some tips for growing bananas. This right here is a joke because there's no banana tree right there. There used to be a banana tree right there, but there's no longer a banana tree. I started my entire desire for a beautiful garden when I planted a banana tree there. And so it all started with that banana tree that no longer exists. But that's just an example of how this hobby goes. You know, you push for something, and if it fails, hopefully you still got the, you know, hopefully you still got the bling, because, I mean, this is what came of it still, and it still looks pretty gorgeous, even though there is no banana tree right there. There are palm trees. I have the Phoenix Canaris over here, and I think it's pretty darn interesting how whenever it rains, this is right after rainfall in California, whenever it rains, we got ourselves a lot of sap chilling down here on the ground next to a whole bunch of weeds. Well, just one weed, but you know, I thought I might say that is kind of interesting. It's mainly the peach trees. We have 2 peach trees, and this is the smaller one, and it is still pretty rockin' big. Over here we got our evergreen lime tree. It's a dwarf, but it still manages to get gigantic, so, you know, California for you. And so anyway, I thought I'd just start with some tips on the banana tree. Number 1, don't grow it in California. In the area that I'm in, at least. Because it will not show up. I tried a dwarf Cavendish. I tried all sorts of banana trees. I tried Goldfinger. And all of them disappear into the ground. I did grab a few, you know, pups or whatever they call them. And I put them in, you know, some buckets. And, you know, they're sort of living, but only sort of. So if you want to grow banana trees, and you read up about them, and you just have all the potential, and, you know, you spend a lot of time trying to grow them here, then just don't, because, they're not gonna live, apparently. But also, what I figured out is that, generally, if you want to grow one, or at least even have a chance, is you would want to have it next to a house. Not just next to a house by either an evergreen tree, like this, African fern pine, or just a tree. Subtropical tree, your average. And that right there will get you there. Just the house may be fine. I saw a banana tree down the street die, and it was next to a house, so apparently the house ain't it. You also have to have a tree next to the house. So that's nice to know, huh? Or you could just live in Santa Cruz or something like that. Or, you know, like LA. You know, just a little bit down south. But, other than that, that's the tips. If you live around here. Right here I went kind of butterfly crazy recently. I noticed that the improvement in the yard did not bring the butterflies I wanted to have come. But, nonetheless, we got some dill, 2 different types. I got the fern leaf and, you know, the regular type with flowers. And then, over there, as you can see, we got ourselves a nice looking aloe pod coming up, and that should look beautiful. A whole bunch of them probably will come up later, but I find it interesting how it's coming up right now. Usually comes up during orange season. Got our orange trees over there. So anyway, that right there for you guys is subtropical climate for you. You know, I'm gonna do my best to get the butterflies over here. The best one that I realize does, you know, like the one that does the best is definitely the passion vine. We used to have some going up on this trellis up here. You know, there's caterpillars everywhere, but currently that is no longer what's going on. So that's a shame. So I'm gonna probably get some more of that. It didn't die off. I think the neighbors just killed theirs. That's usually how it works. If you have a neighbor who has one, then you'll reap the rewards. But if they get rid of it, then you have to get one. You have to take what matters into your own hands and get one. So anyway, moving on to this vine though. That's a pretty interesting looking guy. The pipe vine. Oh, sorry. The pipe vine. That right there is the pipe vine thingamajiggy. It's a Dutchman, Californian one, and I'm kind of worried that it won't do the job. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll bring over some butterflies. So anyway, that's my welcome video to you guys. I don't have too insanely much time, nor you guys probably. But we got these buckets here, or I mean not buckets, pots, nice looking pots from Costco, and we filled them up like 2 years ago with all sorts of stuff. And now they have seeds in them, which should hopefully grab some attention from the butterflies. And we got some fruit trees, but they are obviously dormant during winter. So anyway, we got our subtropical and our tropical. And these guys I grew from seed. There's a nice looking apricot, apricot tree from seed. Another apricot tree didn't do as well. I grew that from seed. Canaris. Phoenix canaris. Got a whole bunch of Phoenix canaris around here. Fan palm tree, which is, the thing is I just picked it up from like a parking lot, so it's not very young. It's pretty old. It's probably around like 10 years old, whereas that one over there is about 5. That one's much taller and bigger and more gargantuous. So anyway, that's my yard. It's a good starter. And hopefully you guys tune in for another video on tips of how to grow, germinate, etc., Goodbye.